thought that for this particular video, I'd add a little voice narration. On this afternoon, I was standing, as you can see, on the bridge that goes from outside the main gate of Camp Pendleton down to by the harbor, and it passes over the railroad tracks and proceeds into the Oceanside Transit Center. You can see I had a little ocean view there, as well as a nice view south looking toward the transit center, which is out of view. And here comes our first train. This one is a Metrolink, and it is headed back up toward Orange County. I'm not too sure whether this particular one was one on the Orange County line or on the Inland Empire line. They diverge after Laguna Niguel, as I recall. But this one will come up and take the, well, it looks kind of like a side track since it's not the one that's directly ahead. As the last car passes under me, I turn around and watch the train headed north on that side track and going up next to Camp Pendleton on its way to Stewart Mesa train yard and eventually to San Clemente and San Juan Capistrano, Laguna Niguel, and whichever other destinations it goes on to. At first I thought this was going to be an Amtrak headed south from Los Angeles area. It turned out to be a coaster. Now, the coaster only runs from Oceanside down to San Diego. So at this point, there will be no passengers on board. It is coming out of the Stewart Mesa train yard, headed to the Oceanside Transit Center to pick up its passengers. In the afternoons, there are quite a few trains, and especially on Fridays, and this was a Friday, a lot of people take the train down to downtown San Diego area, the Gaslamp Quarter, etc., just for an evening out on the town. At this point, I'm going to reveal my utter lack of expertise. I've never really gotten down how train signals work. You saw that the lights were on a moment ago, and the one on the upper left was flashing, and now they're all dark. And this was right as a train was approaching. You can see it coming here. And I noticed that it had gone dark, so I kind of figured out that it means that there will be a train approaching. But if you watch as the train passes, this is the Northbound Amtrak, as it gets almost all the way past there, the light comes on. And I don't quite get why that is. If the train's already passed, why is the light coming on? It was very shortly after the Amtrak had gone out of view that this Metrolink came into view. And this one, I believe, was an Inland Empire train. I think I looked that up and found that out. So it is coming in We'll follow it. Unfortunately, regarding my question about the train signals, by the time I turn around, I think it's already, whatever the signal was going to have done, it will have already done it. So it really won't be possible to gauge. Yeah, the light you can see is already on at that point, so I'm not too sure if it. I think I had looked and it had been on. Here, of course, the train has to go and merge in with the main track as it crosses the bridge. And for a while there, it's only one track. It does divide into two again shortly before it gets to the transit center. From what little I have learned, I'm guessing that the signals right in front of me tell the engineer what the conditions are past the point where he can see. Now, if anybody would care to fill me in, I'd really appreciate it. Meanwhile, that's the end of the trains for this video. I hope you've enjoyed, and we'll catch you in the next one.